Am I the a-hole for not inviting my nephew to my son's birthday party? I, 35M, have a son, Cillian, 14M, who just recently had a birthday. The issue stems from his birthday from last year, where we invited all his cousins and his friends to celebrate him. The party went great for the first half, but when it came time to cut the cake, I went over to fridge to go get it and saw it was half-eaten. I was obviously upset about this because this had been a cake that I had made by a professional baker that cost me around $140, and my son really loved the design. I asked who ate the cake, and my sister, 44F, laughed it off when her son, Robbie, 16M, told her that he ate the cake because he was hungry. To be clear, the cake wasn't the only food at the party. Throughout the party, we served many different dishes, such as wings, veggie platters, pizzas, chips, and sodas. I was obviously angry that my son couldn't have his cake and had to quickly go out and buy one from Walmart. I'm honestly still shocked that with all the food at the party, Robbie still managed to clear half of a huge cake. It was enough to produce about 20 slices. I called my sister later to tell her I wasn't happy with what her son had done, and since I had spent so much money on the cake, I expected it back. She then accused me of being fatphobic, which absolutely is not true. I have never once discriminated against Robbie at any time. This was just a false accusation. To explain, Robbie has a weight problem and has been having issues with binging since he was around 13, which is why he is about 250 pounds. And my sister has never failed to let anyone know of that, and expects for everyone to bend over backwards for Robbie since he has it hard. This year, Cillian wanted to have a friends-only party with the exception of 2 cousins, one that only his friends and closest cousins could come to, since he hated his party from last year. I asked why, and he explained to me that he was embarrassed of Robbie, since all he did was poke fun at his friends and him, bring his own uninvited +1, and obviously he ate some of the cake. I complied and only invited his friends and allowed 2 of his cousins to join as well. Luckily, some of my siblings were understanding. The only one who had an issue with this was my sister. She called me to ask why Robbie wasn't invited, and I explained to her that Cillian doesn't want him there. Because of what he did last year, my sister was infuriated and said she knew we had an issue with her son's weight. Since then, she has been ranting all over Facebook, and I've been getting calls from relatives, and this entire situation has been stressing me out. Am I the a-hole?